Okay, so here is the Xekueins kind of fully assembled. Just before I begin the preparation of me painting this kit, thought I'd do a before and after shot so you guys can see what it looks like before I work on it. There's a lot of dust particles here which I need to clean up. Right now, I'm just putting it up right now so you guys see this and get a feel for it. Here are the holes that I've drilled here, and on the skirt. This one I already had the holes, but I just drilled up a little bit more so that way I can put the metal parts in it. The same thing here in the back and over here. Didn't see anything on the legs in the back area or in the actual thigh, but I put this, like I said before, I did it on the heels of the legs, of the foot, I'm sorry. So that will be done. There's some parts that I did not put on, you know, some of like the part that holds here. Actually, why am I holding this? The part that goes there, the umbilicals, the little part that goes here. And surprisingly, this doesn't come with the antenna, unlike the 1/400 scale version, but like, it's okay. I don't think it's necessary. Yeah, it came up. It looks really nice. I really like it. It's an older kit, very well designed. I've seen many people work on it, build, detail it up. So I'm gonna, you know, take a stab at this and how it looks when I paint it. Here's the railgun beam. I don't know if it's considered a railgun or a beam rifle or a machine gun type weapon. It'll go here, and here is the ammo clip, which I gotta funnel up, and I think it's this way and like that. So I've got the remaining smaller parts here to the side. Some of the trim parts that, also the red trim parts here. So I gotta begin removing all that. But as you can see, this is how this kit would look if I don't paint it. I need to review each and every part again. So I want to make sure that no seam lines are showing off. I think the one thing that I'm more worried about is around the shoulders here. This one, the fuel tanks are done. This was a pain in the ass to sand down the seam lines here. I didn't have to worry about the legs. That was taken care of. Nor, you know, any part of the legs. This is the one part that I had a hard time doing. The side skirt, as I was drilling the hole using the pin vise, I don't know, well, actually I didn't have a pin vise. I actually had, let me show you this. So I have this pin vise, but the diameter on the drills are too small, so it wouldn't be proficient for this. Instead, I have this, which is basically a set of drill bits that I use for a regular drill. And I think I was using this one, and I had another pin vise that was a little bit bigger that could have supported this. This wouldn't support it. And no matter how many times I, you know, turn, it wouldn't drill. Didn't realize maybe the sharpness of the bit got dull, and I couldn't go any further. So I had to use the small drill bit to drill a hole to where I wanted. Then I continue expanding out a bit so that way I can drill a bit further. I cannot tell you or believe the fact that maybe this plastic alone was stronger than all the other plastics. Nevertheless, I'm going to redo another pass again just to deepen it a little bit more before I begin painting. That way when I apply the metal circles, the metal detailed parts, it'll go in nice and smooth, and I don't have to worry about it, you know, sticking out or whatever. Because I want it to at least flush in a little bit. yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, quite obviously, if I can't use the 2.3 millimeter, I believe I have it set for 2 millimeter. I should just remove one, but I only need is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And I have 4 by 7, that's 28. I think I can get rid of one just so I can test. Alright, so let's begin with this. Here is what the Xekueins looks like before priming. And here's the Xekueins already primed. Pretty nice. Funny, for some odd reasons, I kind of like it primed. All nice and white. But this is a good way, of course, covering up all those scar marks and scratch marks that I put on this kit. Yeah, it's pretty nice here. I like how these fuel tanks look on this in the back. I was under the distinct impression there was going to be other parts that you can put on, but I guess not. I didn't put on the thrusters on this, and I removed some of them that was going under here and here because they're going to need to be painted separately. I do know that this one has to be painted separately as well, even though this is almost the same color tone as the other parts. I'm using Alcad 2's micro white primer and micro filler, which is pretty much a wonderful product to prime it. Yeah, looks okay. I did a dry run on me putting on the little metal parts. I should have done this and showed it off camera, but I said, no, I'll do it later once it's done. I made sure that each hole allowed me to put in the metal part, and it fell in perfectly. I was under the distinct impression that those metal circles were something that you can actually glue on, or not glue, excuse me, correction, stick on. There was some sort of adhesive tape on it. No, it's pretty much you have to put a little drop of glue in there and then put them on, and they'll stay into place. So it's going to be interesting to see that the different points of where this kit it has, especially around here on the legs. So yeah, some parts, of course, I have on trees, on alligator clips, like the rail gun. The umbilicals are right here. Actually, let me keep this to the side because now I'm just showing you guys off this. But right now I'm going to start painting on the smaller parts first. Basically the yellow, the red, then the lighter, then the darker tone color parts like the hands, the inside of the waist, the joints here and there. And then I'll move on to the blue section because I'm going to be painting at the blue, the color tone blue. Then the one parts that I have to work on to mask off would be these two parts here that represents the shoulders. The shield shoulder support, I guess you want to call it. Don't have to do anything with the arm because it's going to be covered up. But the forearm, masking it and then painting these parts. Don't have to do anything with the legs and the feet. I can remove the top part and paint that also. I believe I have to mask this and paint this as well. I have to look at that again. The backpack is the same thing where once I finish painting the whole thing the dark color, then I have to cover that from everything up and then paint everything down here the light color. And these, of course, can be easily removed. So let me begin some painting and see how it comes out with this kit. So right now I'm working on the navy blue parts, which is basically the darker tone colors. I did a few here, and now I'm working on these umbilicals. I decided to continue using a low PSI spray. I find it more comfortable using low PSIs. I don't use up that much. I don't use up too much of the pigmentation on the lacquer-based paint. Then I don't feel like I'm wasting a lot of paint as long as I, just do it very controlled, very slow. There we go. The one thing I want to focus on is two parts here. Here's the main gun. Too much surface detail here. Right now I'm just going to cover it with one coat and then go back to it and give it a second coat in a moment. I have to admit, sanding down these parts with massive seam lines down the length of the barrel was not that easy. And it's not, even though you don't normally see the seam lines, it's not 100% perfect. Put this to the side and let that dry while I'll give it another pass. But this is the part that I wanted to show you, which I'm going to have to hold it. As you can see, I put on a lot of masking tapes to cover the bottom part, even though I haven't painted it yet. There we go. These two also had seam lines on the top, which is a pain in the ass to clean up. Whoops. Paint in my hand, but what are you gonna do? I have a place to put that. And might as well do this one too. I just had a thought. I don't know if the Xekueins came out before or after Unicorn. Maybe came out after, who knows. But it would have been cool to see that as a as one of the new upcoming suits for the last movie that's coming out. Because then I wouldn't mind seeing a redesign of that. We've seen the redesigns of many suits. Gyaradoga, Golf, not Golf, Gelgoog, Regelgoog, Bazas. Wow. It's going to be a fun movie to watch and fun to see all these new kits coming out soon. I'm hoping to get this thing done hopefully in time for the, I should have mentioned that, hopefully in time for the Shinjuku, I can't even pronounce it, hobby show that's coming up on May 16th, May 15th and 16th. There we're going to be seeing the cream of the crop of kits that's coming out this calendar year. We already know who the main players are coming out, but it'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting surprise to see what master grade or real grade kit Bandai is going to be suggesting they're going to release. I think that's pretty much it. Let me just finish up the beam rifle, and then we move on to the next color.